All right, language arts. I'm going to read one of my favorite Christmas books. It's really not that old. It's not been around for a very long time, but very special. It's called The Christmas Wish. What kind of animal do you think that is on the front cover?
Reindeer?
Raise your hand, please. Toby. It is. That is what a real reindeer looks like. He has a big, look at big horns, or antlers. Antlers are what deer have. Long, long ago, in a place so far north that the mothers never pack away the wool hats or mittens, which means it's always winter, lived a sweet little girl named Anya, whose greatest dream was to become one of Santa's elves. One year, as the days grew shorter and the snow had fallen for weeks without a rest, Anya decided it was time to look for Santa Claus. Before she left, she remembered the kind old woman who lived down the lane. She had no children or grandchildren of her own, so Anya wanted to help her get ready for Christmas. As the old woman napped, Anya caught her naughty cat for her and decorated the gingerbread house they had baked together the day before. And she swept out the sauna. Oh, she's looking at chasing the cat, sweeping and decorating a gingerbread house. My goodness, she's a busy little girl. And found a small tree for her to enjoy. Then Anya delivered gifts to her friends and family with a note saying she would visit them whenever her busy job with Santa would permit. Anya was well prepared for her journey. She watched the sky at night, observing the position of the North Star, and she memorized the great map on the schoolroom wall. Is she planning on going on a long journey?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, everything besides your edit assessment page should be put away. Still, as she tied on her skis and began to glide away into the forest, Anya started to worry. What if I get lost? She wondered aloud. I can help you, sang a tiny voice. Startled, Anya looked back to see who had spoken. Up here, said the voice, and a bright red bird swooped down and landed on her ski pole. Anya explained her wish to find Santa Claus in the North Pole. But now I wonder if I'm foolish, she said. Not when you have the right friends, the bird answered. If you trust me, I can help you, but we must hurry. The days are short, and Christmas is very near. What kind of bird is this that's helping her? Grayson. A cardinal. So Anya skied after the patient bird who led slowly so the child could make her way through the deep snow. Wow, there's a lot of snow friends. Everything needs to be put away. Ooh, look at her go. When she came to the mountainside, Anya flew so fast over the sparkling powder that the bird could barely keep up. Look at her go. What kind of skis are these? Are these downhill skis or are they something else? Who knows what they're called? Cole. Cross-country skis. Oh my. At the foot of the mountain, the bird whistled, and they were greeted by a giant horse. You may sleep in my barn tonight, he offered. Tomorrow I can take you as far as one day and one night will allow. The cardinal fluttered away before Anya could thank him. Morning came in a blink. The gentle horse invited still sleepy Anya to climb onto his back. They talked the day away as they walked through the snowy forest. That is a big horse.
Humongous. Oh, wow. No wonder.
I wish I could talk to animals. Ooh, look at this. This is the Northern Lights. Evening fell as they approached a mountain pass. The sky came alive with the dancing colors of the Northern Lights. They stood spellbound for hours and fell asleep, the horse standing strong and solid with Anya lying across his warm back. Isn't that beautiful? Northern Lights you can actually see, especially up north. Way up north, not northern Wisconsin. Anya was sad when she awoke and remembered that the horse would have to leave her, but she knew that his people would be worried about him. Later, as they approached a gleaming ice fall, the horse whinnied loudly 3 times, and from a hole in the ice appeared the oddest looking creature Anya had ever seen. Look at it, it's a frozen waterfall. What's that?
She thinks that's a picture.
Oh boy, friends, wait till you see this. The musk ox spoke softly and slowly. The cardinal asked me to escort you under the glacier to the tundra, she said. Then she turned and walked back into the dark cave. Follow her now, the horse told Anya. She is shy, but she is trustworthy. He saw that Anya was sad to leave him, so he said, when you are Santa's elf, you can visit me whenever you wish, but hurry now, Christmas is very near. Anya took off her skis and bravely joined the plodding ox. Oh, look at this. This is my favorite picture. It's not a drawing, friends, it's pictures. The cave was dark as night as Anya followed the ox downward, the luminescent blue, as they climbed up the trail of ice and stones. When they emerged, Anya saw a tremendous fur blanket lying on the ground in front of her. Just as she was ready to collapse into its warm folds, it shifted, it rose. It wasn't a blanket, it was an enormous bear, just like the ones in the tales her father told around the fire. After Anya had thanked the musk ox for her help, the bear spoke. I have come to take you north over the tundra, he said in a deep, soothing voice. You may ski or ride as you wish, but we must hurry. Christmas is coming soon.
Did you write the polar bear for real?
I think it's probably, they probably manipulated the picture. But I can't, I mean, unless there's a polar bear, but look at how big that polar bear is. Aw, look at the size of his paws. When they stopped for a rest, Anya found a small book in her pocket. In the days last night, she read a story to the bear about a troll and 3 silly little goats. The next day was bright again. Anya skied, then rode on the bear's back. He was great company. They sang songs and made each other laugh. Look at his paws, how big they are. They're like snowshoes. Aw. They reached their destination early. Anya had no idea how the bear could tell this spot from any other, but he told her they would be meeting a friend at this exact spot. Since we have the time, let's take another rest, he said. Anya curled up into the bear's softness and slept. It looks very cold where they're at.
It is.
Ooh. They awoke to a jingling, jangling sound of sleigh bells. Anya and the bear looked up. A reindeer landed right in front of them. I'm so glad I found you, the reindeer said. We must run, for I am too tired to fly. Anya felt sorry for him. He looked exhausted. As she took his harness off, she remembered an apple she had brought and offered it to him. The reindeer thanked her as he happily ate the apple. Anya hugged the bear goodbye, then she put on her skis and set forth with her new friend. At first, Anya tried to ski behind the reindeer, but he was much too fast. So Anya asked him to tow her. It was as close to flying as she'd ever been. Anya skied that way for many miles. Just as she began to worry that she could not hang on any longer, the reindeer called, "Hold tight!" So look at the reindeers pulling her. I know. You'd have to be a really good skier, though, because they'd go really fast. Look at what they're doing now.
Oh, the reindeer's flying.
Yes. In a flash, they were soaring through the sky. Anya watched as the ice gave way to the ocean she had seen on the schoolroom map. She saw eagles, whales, and giant icebergs that reminded her of the rock candy she made with her mother. Finally, they landed in a lovely clearing surrounded by trees cloaked in snow. Then Anya's wish came true.
Santa. I love that.
Santa Claus appears. He lifted Anya onto his knee. "Welcome, Anya," he said. "I have been waiting for you. You are an extraordinary little girl. While there are many children who wish to be one of Santa's elves, you are the first to have come this far, and you are already my most important helper. You bring kindness and joy to those around you all year long. Thank you. Now, may I ask you for a favor?" he added with a smile. "Will you help me drive my sleigh?" Ooh, look at him go.
Oh.
Anya was thrilled to give the command, "Fly!" Look at him go. It was very early Christmas morning when they landed near Anya's home. "Before I leave," Santa said, "I'd like to give you a very special gift. This is a magical bell. If you ever need help, ring this bell 3 times. Wouldn't that be fun to have a bell that you could ring and Santa will help you? Santa Claus kissed her on the cheek, and the next thing she knew, she was in her bed. Anya sat up and looked out the window into the frosty morning. There was no sleigh, no reindeer, no tracks in the snow. She held the bell closely. Was it all a dream, she wondered? What do you think? Was it a dream? She had the bell.
No, because how she that wasn't a dream. If she didn't have the bell, it would be a dream.
Oh, that's pretty spectacular. And look at a picture of her. Look at her boots. Her boots are pretty awesome. I want a pair of boots like that. They keep you nice and warm.
Cross country.
So this, friends, I think is a pretty spectacular picture.
I like that.
With the polar bear. I would like to ride and talk to a polar bear. All right, so that is one of my favorite Christmas books. I think the pictures are absolutely amazing. And we have plenty of time for our edit assessment. So for my virtual kids, we are going to work on our edit assessment page with the little not the reindeer, with the elf on it. So you know what to do. Circle 4 mistakes in the sentence and rewrite the sentence correctly. So that is what you all can do. Let's get it out and get going. Circle 4 mistakes and then write it correctly.
Okay.
hot, Shepherd? I have to open the door. It's so stuffy in here when it's closed. All right, thumbs up if you're done. Okay. I'll give it a couple more minutes for my friends to finish. Oh, don't look at that. Nice try.
He's trying to keep.
Can't believe you all didn't know that was Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Never heard of that song. That's why we don't know it's not.
You've never heard the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas?
No, I never listened to it. That's why. Never listened to it.
Santa is so appalled.
I'm getting distracted by Santa.
All right.
Is that how the whole song goes? Hey.
All right, everybody done?
Yep.
All right. Who wants to tell me one mistake that you see? Boyd.
Christmas, the C is supposed to be a capital.
Very good. Christmas. The C in Christmas needs to be capitalized. Gabe. Bravo. We just studied that. I was very curious if you guys caught that because we just studied that, didn't we? Good job. Because it ends with a Y, so it tends to turn into an I-E-S. Good job. All right. What is another? So we have two. We have two more. Christian.
The two has to be capitalized
Why?
because it's the first word of the sentence.
Very good. And then there's one more. Sam.
No period.
No period. Very, very, very good. All right, so we talked about compound predicates. Remember, the predicate is the action part of the sentence, correct? The subject is the noun. The predicate is the action. And if there's a compound, that means there's two. So a compound sentence contains and. So we sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. What are the two predicates or actions or verbs in this compound sentence or compound predicate? What is one, Jack?
Verb 8.
8. Yes. We are carols and ate candies. What is the other one? Helen? No. Action, verb. What is the other? Cole?
Sang.
Yes. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. So, what is a simile? We also have talked about this recently. I should see more hands. Grayson.
A figure of speech.
Yes. What type of figurative language was used in the mentor sentence? It is a what? Let me say it out loud. Yes. What is the key? So a metaphor is also figurative language, also describing two things. What is the key to knowing if it is a simile versus if it's a metaphor. There's something that must be present in the sentence. A particular word. I need everybody focusing. Star, track these, wake up please. You should all know this. We just talked about this. Olivia.
It has to have the word as or like in it.
Very good. A simile has like or as. So, I'm not going to give it away because that is question number 4. What two things are being compared in this sentence? Carol and candies, carols and snow, nougat centers and snow. What is being compared in our, we sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. Grayson.
Nougat centers and snow.
Very good. That is correct. So remember, a simile is a figurative language. Now is this nougat really made out of snow, Jeremiah? Is the nougat really made out of snow?
No.
No. Why do you think, what color is snow? Not talking about pristine, clean snow. Not the snow at my house, where I have a dog. Jack, what color is snow? Yes. So, nougat centers as white as snow. That is the figurative language part. It's not really made out of snow, but it's very, when you look at it, it's so white. It reminded the writer of snow. So let's move on to 5. In the simile below, circle the two things that are being compared. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Yum! What are two things that are being compared? Circle them, please. Quinsheen. What's that? So let's look up to our original sentence. Nougat centers as white as snow. So we drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Yum, yum, yum. Jonathan.
Hot cocoa.
Is being compared to what? That is Christian.
Chocolate bar.
Yes. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. So hot cocoa is being compared to melted chocolate bars. So thick. That is some thick hot cocoa.
Sounds yummy.
It does sound yummy. Mrs. Reed is drooling as we speak. Good thing I have a mask on because you can't see it. Sounds delicious. So in the sentence below, underline the verbs making the compound predicate. So remember, what is a predicate? Is it a noun or a verb? Jeremiah?
Verb.
Yes. What does compound mean? Does it mean two clauses within one sentence? Or just one clause?
Two.
Yes. Compound means two. So when you see a sentence that has an and connecting two clauses, meaning two parts of the sentence, that is a compound predicate or a compound sentence. So I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house. So what are the compound predicates? Or in other words, the noun or the verb, which Jeremiah already said is the verb. So you need to find the two verbs in the compound sentence. Let me get my book. I'll show you. Do you remember when the big train came? Looking. There it is. This is what he's talking about. Trying to see where. I looked through my window. Maybe it's this page. Yep, I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in the front of my house. And there it is. Again, if you have not seen Polar Express, watch it. All right, who can tell me one predicate in this sentence? Jeremiah. Looked. Very good. Yes, that is one. Good job, Jeremiah. What is the second? Christian. Yes, very good. Then he gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from the reindeer's harness. Who is he talking about? Then he gave me. Who's he? Ooh, who is he? Olivia. Yes. And then here it is. Then he gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. And there is Santa. So, who can tell me one predicate in this sentence, Jonathan?
Hug?
Nope. Gabe?
What?
No. Then he gave me a hug and told the elf to cut a bell from the harness. Jack. Gave me a hug. And Owen. Told. Very good. Yes. It doesn't matter. You can do either or. It says below, it says on the direction, no, it says underline. So underline these verbs. Yes, Jonathan?
In the last sentence, isn't still a verb too?
Isn't still? In what sentence? Oh, perfectly still? Yes, but we're talking about the predicates. So remember, a predicate immediately follows the new, or with the noun. So I looked through my window. So the window is the noun, looked is the predicate, and saw a train. Train is the noun, and saw is the predicate that goes with subject. But you are right. Those others, that is a verb, but it's not the predicate of the sentence. Remember, a predicate is with the noun or the subject. All right, very good job, friends. I would like for you all to put your name on it and hand it in. I am going to, I'm hoping you all did it with me because that's going to be an easy grade. So, hand it in and then line up to wash your hands for lunch. Yes. I am not going to help you. I already gave you the direction. I gave you the answers. You need to follow directions. And I'm grading this one, so I'm not going to help you. All right. I am going to wash the tables.